Okay. Kayla. All right. So let's get into the Jamboard. Okay. What I did for you guys actually is this. I made you a Jamboard. Hang on. Where is it? Nope. Okay. Hang on. I made you guys your own Jamboard since we're such a small class. So here it is. And then I'm going to share it with you in the chat. Okay. And so basically what we're doing is we're just going to do a quick review of the N. Okay. So you should have your notes ready to go in the chat. Go ahead and click on this Jamboard. Now, I don't know. I'm showing you how to use Jamboard because I really think that some of you guys would benefit from using something like this for like organization or brainstorming, things like that. So what I did was I already plugged in your names. Okay, so find your name and then you guys can go ahead and plug in one of the memorable quotes from this last section. Okay, and then use the pink post-it note to explain. Okay, don't erase your names. Okay, so I know that you're which one is your work. Okay, which post-it.
Does it have to be related to hope?
Yeah. So as you, who said that? I think it was Malie. No, about, so when you write a quote, it doesn't have to, it can be the opposite, right? So that you can explain why it's important to have hope. Make sense? Okay. So you could potentially grab a quote from Ellie's dad and talk about why that inspires hope in itself.
What if I wrote too much for the explanation?
So you can, when we click on it, we can see it. Yeah. Okay, and then if you're done, you can move on to the next slide. The next slide is talking about what role does hope play in the last section of night. So we can talk about that. And then the final one is about us connecting the lessons of the book to today. Let's double check. Malian, take out that first period after silence. And then McKenna, you two take out that first period after sport. And Tehani, take out that first period. Is it a period or a comma? Alive. Take out that comma. Comma. Thank you. So what I did was I gave you guys a kind of like the template memorable quote and then the page number for the direct quote. You guys are amazing. You guys chose like all different quotes. Very good. Okay, once you're done with the memorable quotes of hope, you can move on to the second part. Okay, the second slide. What role does hope play in the last section of night? And once you're done with this, this question on the role of hope. Then the final one is the connection. So you guys can choose which color post-it note you would like to use. So at the left-hand side, what you have is the options of the functions actually of Jamboard, and that one that looks like a sticky note, that's how you make your sticky note. So you can choose, I think there's like 5 different color sticky notes. Okay, just make sure you add your name. Yeah. How do you guys like Jamboard? Is it okay? It's pretty cool, huh? At least you don't have to worry about all the post-it notes flying all over the place or falling off or. Okay, wonderful. There looks like 2 of you are done. You can go back into your Canvas and we can start our reflection on the final, I guess, the reflection of night. So I want you guys to start thinking about the importance of reading night. As your teacher and curator of literature pieces, I want to make sure that this was worth our time, right? Knowing about history and then connecting it back to our lives, right? So the reflection is on Night by Elie Wiesel. What lesson had the greatest impact on your perspective on life? So we're talking about big picture, long-term goals. Yeah, sometimes we get so zoomed in to what is happening in the now that we forget that there is actually a bigger picture, maybe a bigger plan for all of us. So this reflection is worth 20 points. I want you to really do a good job on this simple question that really should mean something to you. So there's no rules also. First of all, it has to be more than 4 sentences. It has to be, okay? So make sure you have a topic sentence, make sure that you answer the question and explain deeply. Number 2, you're going to be adding in a picture and also a direct quote to help explain the lesson that had the greatest impact on you. And then number 3 would be to respond to 2 other classmates. This is the biggest change here. If your friend from the other class already has 3 people responding to 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 them, then you have to move on. You have to find somebody else to respond to. Okay, but I like that we can talk to other people in my other classes. Okay.
I'm sorry, what are we doing right now?
So go back into Canvas, and then you can work on the reflection for night. Yeah. Tell me what is the one lesson that you got out of night that has impacted you. Okay, so has everybody transitioned over to the reflection? Yes, Canny?
Can we use the same direct quote that we put in the Jamboard?
Yes, if that was your greatest impact. Yeah.
Okay, because it really does tie into what I'm trying to say.
Okay. There's also at the very end this lesson of forgiveness, right? At the very end. Oh, how could you not have any sort of vengeance, right? An ounce of vengeance, right? I mean, he got really sick because he stuffed himself with food after. I told you guys about that, yeah? about after they're liberated. Did I tell you guys about that? No. So you know at the end where Ellie almost dies, like he almost dies at the end after being liberated, right? What happened was after the army or the allied forces came in to liberate the concentration camps, they had food, right? And so what they did was they stuffed themselves, and that killed a number of people as well. Crazy, huh? Then the reason why is because their body was so it was not prepared to take on that much food, and what would happen is that they would die from like gorging themselves with food because they had no food in them to begin with, so their digestive systems wouldn't be able to digest the food, and it would cause there's a name for it obviously, okay, but quite interesting. So they had to give them food on incrementally, like little at a time, to nurse them back to health, and then they could really pig out. But many of them died from stuffing themselves. The hits just keep on coming. So sad. Okay, so before you hit submit, don't forget to select a quote and a picture. Yeah, and then kind of explain. Lele, are you adding this also to the Canvas lesson? The Canvas discussion board?
Yeah, that's from my discussion. I just wanted to know like if it made sense
Oh, okay.
because I don't really.
Mm. What are you wanting to point out the skewed sense of how people see things and how they react or don't react? Okay. So this would be one of those the term is bystanders, yeah? Like they choose to kind of hang out and just let things happen. Yeah, they don't respond in more of a like a logical way, I think, right? I think that's what kind of tripped you out, is that there are people just living their lives, like living their best lives while other people were dying. Is that what you're trying to talk about? And why is that such a I guess important life lesson for you?
I think it's because it still happens today. Like especially, well, I wouldn't say in other countries, but I feel like it still happens today, and I think that people like almost don't realize it as much because it's happening right now. Like it's easier to look back and formulate these opinions, but when it's right up in your face and it's happening, I feel like it's harder to, or people don't realize it as much.
Right. So one of the things like I've been really thinking about is like how some people hide things by showing it right in front of people's faces. And that sometimes is the easiest way to hide something, right? I'll show you this, right? But I'm going to tell you that it's not that, or I'm just not going to mention it, right? And so you can hide things in front of people because people maybe don't want to see what it is, and so they'll make up an excuse for it. Does that make sense? Like you could, let's just say you're a terrible person, okay? Let's just say you're a terrible person and you show people, this is who I am, right? Very interesting. People in their head will say something like, nah, they're just having a bad day, right? So you can almost hide something in front of people's faces by showing it to them. It's very bizarre. It's very psychological. Right? It's kind of like what we're going through right now. Some people don't believe that COVID is a serious thing, right? Why? Because I don't know what it was. Thousands of deaths. We don't see that, right? That's someplace else, right? So the people who think COVID is someplace else, they're like, that's not. It's probably not real, right? Very interesting. Okay, how are we doing on our reflections? We good? We can move on? Almost? Did you guys respond to two other people? Oh, McKenna, that's a really nice picture you chose. Thank you. Mhm. How did Ellie continue to find the positives in such a dark place? Yeah. Mm. Kylo, how's it going, buddy? Are you? Yes, McKenna.
Um, can I say a reason why I think Ali didn't give up? Like, is one of them.
Yes.
I think one of them were to not let his family and his loved ones down. I think since he was the only one that survived because of all this pain he's been going through, I think this really made him, you know, feel like even though you can hurt me and take away my name and my family, you know, I'm not going to give up. So I think that was one of the reasons why he didn't want to give up. at the end.
Right. Right. Oh, Tahani.
And adding on to that, in the beginning of the book, it was more like putting all your faith in God, and that was what Jewish people were all about.
Mm-hmm.
And then towards the end of the book, his is like put all of his faith into his family, because he drew away from his faith in God because he figured, like, if he's not going to help me, he doesn't exist or something like that. So then he's like, but my family does exist, so I'm going to stay alive for them.
Wow. You guys say the most interesting things, and you guys are such deep thinkers. I so enjoy this. Okay, thank you. Yes, well, Kale, you're gonna just drop the hammer as well. Go ahead.
To add on to what Tehani said, I saw in the kind of middle of their troubles that they heard people saying, "Oh, God is testing us, to see if we're able to," because I've heard like this thing around where, God wanted to see if, like, because people are faithful when they have like blessings and stuff, but He wanted to see if people were faithful without blessings. And if they
Mm.
do, and I thought that was very interesting. And also, did so Ellie never found out anything about his mother or his sister?
No. I mean, so what would happen is in each, like, you know how they would go to like another train stop or whatever, they would meet other people and they would just ask around. And so that's the reason why you have that question, is because it's never brought up again, right? Ever since they were separated, right? And there's probably a big reason for that. Yeah. Lele, you had something?
Yeah, I have something to add on to the idea that some remain kept their faith in God and others didn't. Because I was watching TikToks the other day, and there was one about God, and in the comments it was talking about how like some people believe in Him and some people don't. And I saw this comment about something that was etched into the wall of a concentration camp, and it said, "If there's a God, He will have to beg for my forgiveness," because it's like the opposite of what people usually say because of their circumstances. And I thought that was really interesting, and I thought that was something that could be added to the conversation of people remaining faith versus people who gave up their belief.
Whoa. It's interesting how we can talk about hope, but we're also talking about faith. Like, right? Duh. Right? If you don't have faith, can you have hope? Right? Vice versa. I'm not sure. I can't speak for each and every one of you guys, but I know that having hope or having a mindset of resilience and optimism makes all the difference, right? And I think that's why certain students are struggling right now, and certain students are just kicking some major butt and not waiting for things to happen. They're making it happen, right? And so, yes, Malie.
Adding on to what Lele said, like it kind of like you can see the different perspectives of people because some people don't believe in God because like they think the Bible is fake since there's so many of them and a lot of people change the words in the Bible. So it kind of just shows like what different perspectives do for people and how that changes over time.
Right. Anybody else want to go back to that? Want to add? Yes, McKenna.
I think with what Wilkia said about how they said in the middle God was testing them. God tests us every day, and for Ellie, he was definitely putting him to the test. And I think that when Elle gave up on God, it really showed that made me see what the real pain that he was going through. Like for you to give up on someone that you put your whole faith and trust in, and to give up on them like that, it just made me see the real torment that he went through and just the pain that he had to deal with.
Right. Could you imagine saying to, I don't know, your little sister or your parents or something like that, I give up on you? No way, right? There's no way you would do that. So for Ellie to abandon, right, his faith because he's wondering what kind of God would allow me to live in this way, I mean, how strong did he have to be to live, right? It's incredible. And then there's us, right? On a normal day, sometimes feeling maybe poopy about maybe what we don't have or what we wish we had, right? And then we forget, right? We lose sight of what's important. Okay, so I hope that you've added something like that into your final reflection. Yeah, you can always go back and edit it as well. Okay, those 3 dots, top right hand corner of your response. And then you can also see that a lot of students had very similar responses to what was most important from this story from Ellie. Okay, so yeah, you guys good? Anything else want to be mentioned? I so look forward to these moments with you guys. Awesome. Okay. I mean, I feel fuller because you guys, add to the conversation. I don't have to like pry it open with a rusty can opener. You ever use one of those hard can openers where you kind of have to like squeeze it and turn and then you break your thumbs off? Like not with you guys. Like I have the fancy automatic can opener. In fact, it's like I have the can openers that have the thing that you just pop it open. You guys are great. There's my metaphor. I'm sticking to it. You guys are cans with pop lids. Okay, so let's move on. We would like to move towards our final task for today. So go ahead and hit the next button. So we have this final review. So I'm just going to do a really quick review of figurative language. Have we gone over most of these terms? Yes and no. For some of this, I haven't really called out the specific terms, but once I go over them, you're going to be like, oh, that's what that was. Yeah, sometimes we need to teach things backwards. So I'm going to just share my screen, go over it with you. You have this, so don't need to write anything down. Okay, real fast. So with figurative language, right, we know all about figurative language and literary devices. Right, we know that literary devices is a technique that authors and poets use to use language as I was going to say a can opener, but that's not what I meant. Use language to impact a person's heart. Yeah. That's why I'm an English teacher. I want everybody to be able to write as well as they can. Okay, so next, figurative language is a use of words that have more than just the word for word literal meaning, right? When you think of yourself as a tin can with a lid that pops open on its own, I mean, that's as metaphoric or symbolic as it can get, right? I likened you to a can. Next time you guys open Campbell's soup, you watch out. You're gonna be like, oh, I'm this. I should run and get one for you. Show you. Okay, anyway. So part of figurative language are the sound devices. And we've gone over these, right? Time and time again. I know because I was a 6th, 7th, and 8th grade language arts teacher once upon a time. So you guys should all know about alliteration, right, Peter Pipers? Okay, next, assonance. I like assonance. It's a higher skill set as far as like how do you build the repeating vowel sound that's throughout a phrase or a sentence or a paragraph. So the one rapper that comes to mind would be Eminem, not the candy. Okay, Eminem uses assonance, and it's just really brilliant how he uses the repeating vowel sounds in the words to make things sound like they're actually rhyming. Okay, so there's that. Next, allusion, right? It's an indirect reference. So when we were doing our first day came for speeches, poems, right? I told you, how do you say it without saying it, right? How do you just hint at it? That's what allusion is, right? You're alluding. That's where that word came from, right? You're alluding, you're giving a hint to something that's so obvious. Okay. Next, hyperbole. Wonderful. So we're after lunch. So the whole hyperbole of us starving, that doesn't work right now. Anybody starving? No? Tiani, you didn't eat lunch? Not yet. Oh, girl. Grilled cheese sandwiches. Tuna melt. I like the tuna melt. Yeah? With tomato soup. Okay, whatever. Hyperbole, right? Exaggerations. Next. Simile. What's going on with this? It's blurry. Simile. We know it's a comparison using two unlike things, right? We're comparing. I compared students to tin cans with automatic pop tops. I mean, come on, right? Metaphor, it's the same thing, but you don't use like or as, right? This is a horrible example because we have to stay home, right? Her home was a prison. Like, really? I don't know. Some of us love being at home. Anybody like being at home? Just not the whole day? Stir crazy? Yeah, I think so. You got to go to the beach. All right, personification. I love personification. It's one of my most favorite figurative language techniques to use. Why? Because humans are very interesting and we can all relate to humans, right? The wind howled. Awesome. Right? Summer grass aches and whispers. Oh, this is cheesy kinds of stuff. The rain hears, the rain answers, the rain is slowly coming. The rain wets the face of the grass. Yay, rain. We love ua. Okay. All right. Next, imagery. We know that this is the, the visual senses, the sensory language, right? Good writing always brings us to that moment, right? Why? Because we've added in, what do we smell? I mean, what is that? Is that a takuan fart we're smelling? Or is that a cabbage fut? I mean, the senses bring us to where we need to go, right? Auditory. We know. Okay, so next, onomatopoeia, right? The words that imitate sounds, love those, but not overdoing it, right? Next, idiom. Oh, we love idioms, don't we? So idioms can also be part of like borderline cliches because we use them so much, right? You crack me up. It's raining cats and dogs. Anybody have a favorite idiom? No?
This weighs a ton.
Oh my gosh, my feet weigh a ton. Yeah. What else?
I used to read Amelia Bedelia all the time.
Yes.
And this one time, the people in the house told her to draw the drapes. So she grabbed a pencil and a paper and she drew the curtains instead of opening them.
Right. Oh, I love the Amelia Bedelia. I think I used to read those to my sisters. That's why they have such a quirky sense of humor. Okay. Anyway, idioms. We like them. The fork in the road. Cliche. This is where English teachers die. Right? So it's the overused phrase, right? It doesn't add anything. It just makes me puke, actually. You know, like what was it? Teaching 6th grade English was full of cliches, right? Her face was cold as ice, right? Like a kid in the candy store, I opened my Christmas present and blah, 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 right? We know cliches. Symbolism. We love symbols. Why? Because the glass castle is a symbol of hope, right? Why? Because night is a symbol of what, right? Choosing to maybe not see what's actually happening in front of us because we're in the dark. Ooh. Okay. Symbolism. Here are some symbols. Rawr. Okay. Yay. Interesting. Okay. Irony. We love irony. Somebody explain why this picture is ironic. Right, ridiculous. We like irony because it's funny, right? I mean, shouldn't you just run up the steps? I mean, really? Yes, honey.
You know that song, Ironic?
Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free
It's so
ride.
funny.
You already paid. It's good advice. Oh, shall we just keep doing that? Let's just do it. We should do Masked Singer. That is the craziest show, by the way. Masked Singer.
Gracie would win.
Grace would? Oh, because you can sing.
I would like to disagree with that opinion. Thank you.
Okay, right. And we are entitled to our own opinion. So maybe Gracie wouldn't win, but she would be fun.
And Uakea because she's a rapper.
Oh! Are you serious? Because you could do the hula while she raps, you know, I mean.
I'm serious.
Uakea, do you rap for real?
No, that was like a one-time thing.
I feel like Lele can rap. Yeah. Or
Me?
it's just Lele just
I
gangster.
can rhyme really well. I could write a poem for you. It would rhyme though. You don't like rhyme.
You know, I mean, I kind of pass on those, but if the rhyme works, I mean. Honey, what about Malie? You outing everybody. What can Malie do?
You know, the rest of us are just backup dancers.
I'll be the camera person. All right. So 24-hour fitness. You know what this is like? You guys, we all have our favorite auntie, right? Let's go McDonald's. Okay, we go McDonald's or whatever, right? Okay, I'm getting I don't know, Burger King, right? Oh, I've been wanting a Whopper with cheese, you guys. I don't know. You know, and then our favorite auntie, she said, oh yeah, large fries. Oh, and a Diet Coke, right? What you mean you're gonna order a giant sandwich, giant French fries, and then a Diet Coke? That's irony, right? Anybody else? Anybody else see something? It's a good one. I bet there is a Burger King in there. 24-hour fitness. Anyway, next, types of irony. There's verbal irony, situational irony, and dramatic irony. Things I hate: vandalism, irony, and lists. Oh, Tehani, if we have to explain this, it's not funny.
Isn't that ironic?
Don't you think? Are we gonna sing it again? It's like rain. I only sing with you guys, really. I don't know what it is about this class. Okay, so verbal irony. When what is meant is the exact opposite of what is said, right? Who's sarcastic? I try not to be, but it just comes out even worse. I mean, okay, I don't know. You can't overdo sarcasm, by the way. So what do we have here? It's like, you know, that one uncle, I don't know if it's an uncle or an auntie, right? Do as I say, not as I do, as they're smoking. And you're like, don't smoke, don't be like me. And you're like, it's like rain. Okay. If that's what's gonna take for you guys to continue to pay attention, I will sing it up. Okay, so situational irony. This sign is so pertain, right? Situational irony, when what occurs is vastly different from what is expected to occur. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this sign?
I can't tell who won or what their first or last name is.
Yeah, or
And
really,
they spelled wrong. They
what
spelled
it, right? Congratulations, right? So congratulations has a T, right? Congratulations. And what? To the spelling bee winners. Yeah, they have different names, but really you guys spell congratulations correctly. See, it's not funny when I have to explain it. Okay, let's try another one. Got it? Okay, just nod. Just nod because we're going to move ahead here. Oh gosh, Malia, really? Do I have to explain it? Do you know what Rust-Oleum is? Oh, you guys. So that's like a paint, right? A spray paint. And it should like help so that there's no, you like take care of the rust, but the can is rusting. No? Oh, you guys. Okay, last one. If I have to explain this last one, we're not going to have class anymore. Okay. Okay, yes, we're nodding. Lele, I know you want to be sarcastic at this point, but we're going to just move on, okay? Because that's crazy. All right, next, dramatic irony. When the audience knows something that the characters don't. This is so sad. You know, this reminds me of like Scream. Have you ever seen Scream? It's pretty lame, like spooky movie. It's like kind of comedic, right? Where the girl runs up the stairs when the guy is like chasing her. And you're like, just run out the door. Right? And you're like yelling, you dummy! You're going the wrong way, right? We know. We know. Okay, I think that's it. I think my comedic career is done. Okay. We're going to end that. All right, next. Okay, go down below. We have our review, our final review on Jamboard. So go ahead and click on that. What we're gonna do with that is I'm gonna just make you guys a copy of this review. So hang on, I'm gonna do this for you guys. So you guys can kind of go ahead and click through to see. It's like I'm going to Ross. You're going to just click on the ones that you want to be responsible for. I'm gonna make a copy of this so that everybody has it. What is this? Period 5. Okay. Look at how straightforward our final is. It's going to be beautiful. If you guys get your one wrong on your final, oh my goodness. Okay, 2 wrong on your final, then oh my goodness. I'm trying to get you guys a really good grade on your final. So I hope that, you know, you guys work hard on this. Okay. Let me just put it in the chat. Okay, go ahead. Click away, clickers. Oh, we're almost done with school. Thank goodness. Who needs a nap? Tahani needs food, but yes. Kylo, you need a nap.
Oh, so do we just claim a page?
I'm actually going to assign sections. Okay. So let's look here. Gosh. Okay. So this first section is going to be Tahani, Kylo, and we're going to add Lele. Spell her name right. I always have to look up her name. Okay, Lele. So you 3 are on one team. You're on each other's team. Okay, and then so you guys are responsible for the glass castle all the way to MLA format. How lucky. Then the next team, which is just the other side of the class, is going to be McKenna, Uakea, and Molly. Okay. Did I get everyone? There are only 6 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is somebody absent today? No. Do I only have 6 of you in this class? Better double check. Holy cow. It's been 6 of you for the last 2 quarters. All right. So what we have for the second group is you have night. So you got to open up your Google Slides for the introduction to night. Okay. And then you have night terms, night themes, and then memorable people in the memoir. So don't forget to add in, you know, like Mushi the beetle, the French lady, the Pipo. Okay. And then you have the review for figurative language. So there's that. Next, I need everybody to go to slide 12. Believe it or not, this is one of my favorite poems called The Red Wheelbarrow. You're going to be creating your own example of this, your own version. Okay. Somebody, whoever chooses to do this, is going to use the Post-it notes and just identify the figurative language and explain what it is, right? So if you look, The Red Wheelbarrow by William Carlos Williams. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow glazed with rainwater beside the white chickens. That's all it is. Why would this be a wonderful poem? Why would I think it would be wonderful? Anybody? Malia is like, this is a ridiculous poem. I don't even think it's a poem. What is this poem? What is this poem about? Is it really about a red wheelbarrow? You guys are like, oh my gosh. Tehani, take a stab.
Like, so from my understanding, in this metaphor, the water is for the chickens. Is it? Like the water in the wheelbarrow is for the white chicken, so therefore it's like what one might need to survive, even if it's not even that big of a deal.
Wow, maybe. Anybody else want to take a stab at it? Lele?
Okay, so I was thinking red, and then I was like, is it a barn? It's not a barn. Okay, I was thinking about it. What do you need to survive? Water, food. Chickens is food, and that is agriculture. And you use a wheelbarrow in agriculture, so that's like farming. That's what it stands for.
All right. Who would be the person looking at it? Where is this person? Moliere, do you have a guess? So much depends upon, I mean, who's the speaker in this poem? This is probably something that the speaker is not saying, but maybe thinking in his or her head. Make sense? Would the speaker be outside or inside the house? Okay, guess.
Well, maybe I like what Rella said. It was like a farm kind of situation. Maybe the farmer and the red wheelbarrow has many uses, like carrying stuff or holding stuff.
Okay, right. So your version, you're gonna take out the red wheelbarrow and you're gonna plug something else in. If you, anybody's used a wheelbarrow before? Yeah, only okay. Oh, wheelbarrow. Okay. So as you guys know, if you don't have a wheelbarrow, it's murderous, right? The work becomes like horrors, right? Imagine carrying a bunch of rocks without the wheelbarrow, right? But it also takes some sort of skill to use the wheelbarrow, because if it's not balanced, the contents are not balanced in the wheelbarrow, as you know, crazy things can happen, right? If you don't set the wheelbarrow on an even plane, crazy things can happen, right? I have a story about a wheelbarrow and my twin sister. At some point, I may tell you if you remind me. What else? I hope you guys can see there is also some imagery, right? There is a sense here, a tone. What kind of tone? Is it a happy tone, a joyful tone, somewhat sad tone, regret? What do you think? Well, Kailo, can you please guess here? Say something, I'm not giving up on you. Who's gonna continue that song? Okay, are you gonna rap that? No? Okay, fine. Is there a video of her rapping? What was that, middle school? Oh, send me the link. What are you rapping?
She wrote it.
In whose class?
I don't remember. I just remember
English or poem or I don't know.
Whose
Or-
class? Which Kumu? Tell me. I have friends.
Wait, didn't you write a rap for like advisory for an advisory presentation when we were in 7th grade? And you wrote it for like, yeah, it was an advisory presentation.
And who is the teacher? I'm gonna email them.
It's Kumu Michaelani, but she left.
Oh no, I got her cell phone number. You don't worry about that, girls. Really? Ooh. Ooh. Why don't you just do it for us? Oh, wait. No. Okay, never mind. Okay, so just do your own rendition of the red wheelbarrow. Hopefully you come up with something. Okay, come up with something cool. Yes, Lele.
Is it one of those poems where everybody has a different interpretation of it, and that's what makes it so special?
Yeah, I
So
mean,
there's no actual, it's just
there's no right or wrong answer. Look, there's like basically 8 lines, and not even like 8 lines really. I mean, you could probably consider this like 4 lines. It's about a wheelbarrow. Okay, anyway, so let's go ahead and break up into your groups and go ahead and just put your name on the slides that you want to be responsible for. Go. Just write your name. Okay, this is what I'm responsible for. So, and then we'll come back on Friday and we will share out our answers. But everybody does their own red wheelbarrow, by the way. Okay. Well, okay, McKenna already claimed her space. She beat you. Try again. This is fun.
So you just choose.
Okay, Kailoa, make sure you help out. Did you put your name next to on these slides?
Oh, I will though.
Mister, come on. Okay, I'll see you Wednesday though.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Yes, McKenna.
We just do one.
Oh no, you gotta spread out the kuleana. So like, yeah. So like there's what, 3 of you guys taking the first 2 sections, 3 of you guys taking the last 2 sections. So figure out what slides you want to do. This is
Also, we can just do
voluntary.
we can just do 2 slides per person.
Yes, Malaya, I see your hand waving up in the air like you just don't care.
What do you mean by terms for the night?
So there's like, you know, in the slides for the introduction to night, there's terms like, you know, authoritarian, like I'm having a tutu moment, so now I have to look it up. Hang on. So you got to go to the November 24th night introduction slides. Okay, and then it's like Night by Elie Wiesel, study guide notes, right? And then right, there's some terms like totalitarian, persecution, final solution, anti-Semitism, those terms. Okay, you're like, I don't want to do that slide. Okay, next. Yeah. Okay, so there, everybody find something they can do. Yes. Okay. Leave some slides open for Kailoa. Okay, I'm gonna put his name over here then. Ooh. So I'm gonna have Kailoa do slide 5. Okay. Kanya. Okay. All right.
Slide 2 is open too. Do you want?
Yeah,
slide
can
2?
you just write his name in there?
Okay.
That's what happens when you become an adult and you miss a meeting, then people just give you stuff to do. So note to self, when you guys become an adult, go to the meetings. Okay, are we good? So I'll see you guys on Friday, all right? Don't forget Ed Puzzle on Thursday though. If you need help with something, email me. I might answer. All right. Just
So
joking.
we're doing this as like kind of a homework thing, or do we do it on Friday?
Oh, girl, on Wednesday we have like Friday, how there's like, so during those time periods, that's when you're doing the work. So we're doing asynchronous learning. It's not really like homework because we're supposed to have class anyway, but then we're just going to hold class on Friday to just check in. Because we don't have to stare at each other and do this, right? Or do we? Please no. I have to brush my hair. Okay, thanks. All right, you guys. Tehani, the 9th grade council is hilarious.
I know, right?
Oh, that's a good group to be part of. That's awesome. Anyway, we're going to go pick up the prizes. So if you see an email talking about blah, 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 okay, make sure you say which prizes. We're going to have a holiday healthy challenge. I hope you guys win it.
Yeah, so you're pretty much just supposed to either cook something healthy or do physical activity, and whoever posts as much as they can about that thing gets a prize.
Yeah. They're
You
entered.
can if you want to.
Yeah. So, okay, all the cookies, you just put that off out of the picture, okay? Then you eat them after. Okay.
Oh, I have a question. Can I stay for a little bit?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, bye, you guys. See you Friday. Yes.
Okay, so I was just looking at my Kids Connect, and then I saw that the resilience video for Edpuzzle is missing.
Did you do
Or,
it?
well, I got a 0, and then I did it.
Okay.
And then I also just have a question for that Membean, that
Mhm.
nothing is in it. That was when you said that we didn't have to do Membean, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the end of this. This is what the end of the quarter looks like for me. I'm trying to grade what was due and then go back and grade what needs to be graded. So it's kind of like that's what it looks like, but don't worry, I'll clean it up.
Okay. Is that difficult for you?
I still have people turning in their final drafts of their research paper, if you can believe that.
So that's why you have to keep going back and going back.
Yes. So do you want to be a teacher? You should be a teacher.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I want to be an English professor.
Well, I just pretended that I had hair. Okay, so I think you will never work a day in your life. I will promise you.
What do you mean?
No, because it's not like a job, It's not a job. It's really not a job. I think that if you the summers are nice, but like I work during the summer. Like I just do summer school, it's not even work. I love teaching. I don't know why more people don't. I mean, I know why more people don't do it, but I mean, if you can really be good at it, I think it's not a job at all. So
yeah, you're an awesome teacher.
Oh my gosh. You already have an A. I mean, I don't know how much higher your A can get. So yeah, just don't tell your other classmates. I don't want them to sign up for my class. No, just joking. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens with like, oh, I know what I have to, so that Membean, yeah, it was supposed to be extra credit. Hang on.
Oh, is that still available?
No, just this week you're gonna do if you.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I hope you become a teacher. I think you would be great at it.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Let me know. I'm gonna figure out. I'll find a way to help you however I can if you want to be an English teacher.
Yep. And then when I get my PhD, you will be thanked.
I want to get my PhD, but I was thinking about getting my PhD in educational leadership so I can help like new teachers become better teachers. Because I really don't want to do this when I mean, I like teaching, but I can't imagine being like 60 years old and still teaching kids because I don't
be like a teacher.
I'm gonna be a teacher to teachers, I think, but I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe
I do
I'll
want to. What
your
is that?
student. I'll be your
No.
teacher student.
Maybe that would be crazy. You could take my job. How would that be?
That would be crazy.
Yeah, because this is my 20th year of teaching. I don't know what happened to the time. And then because you have to be like 65 to, I was going to say graduate, retire, right? I still have like 20 something more years till I can actually retire. So that's
Mhm.
why I'm thinking I need to get my PhD. So you're going to get
Yeah.
your PhD in English, or are you going to get your PhD in like Indigenous studies?
I have no idea because I know that my mom got her master's degree, and then as I grew up, we just talked about like I gotta one up her. You know what I mean?
Oh, is she going to get her PhD?
I don't know.
What does she do? She works for Kamehameha Schools, yeah?
She's a vice principal for preschools.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Huh. That's cool. Yeah, I see her around sometimes, but she thinks I'm my twin, right? Because
Yeah,
she knows
she
my
know-
twin.
yeah.
I don't know how she knows Elena, but
Me neither. But I know that Auntie Whitney plays soccer. Yeah.
oh yeah.
And they're BFFs. So
Oh, are they?
yeah, they work together in the same office.
Auntie Whitney is one of the funniest people I know. Like,
I know, she's so funny.
she's great. Cool. Well, hey, thank you for being you. I will see you on Friday.
Yep.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.